All right, you are live right
Howdy, sir.
now. Do I need to carry a little bit of a little stand? I've got a little stand at home.
Oh, gee, I hate to tell you this.
It ain't run since he hung.
Can't have nothing nice.
It's 4:59 by my count.
It'll be right 2 times a day.
It's right there with you on that. I mean, I've got scabs. Right.
Who was saying when they said, oh, Gina said every time she takes one down, change the battery quits. So I thought she was teasing.
No, I think it's true.
Well, you got the batteries, don't you? Yeah.
Yes. For some reason, my office winds up paying for all this stuff.
Well, your neighbors. You're a
Well,
neighbor,
she's such
neighborly clerk treasurer.
a handy person.
Very helpful.
I won't say handy man, handy person.
It is. Okay, despite what time it says on the clock on the wall, we've lost our battery. It is 5 o'clock, so we will go ahead and call to order the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting here, March 11th, 2024, in the council chambers. Please, we will start the meeting tonight with our roll call. Dan?
Dan Lipke, Board of Public Works and Safety.
Jake Bissing, City Attorney.
Justin Green, Mayor.
Sally Hadbo, City Clerk Treasurer.
Warren Jones, Board of Public Works and Safety.
We have all members present and accounted for, so we have quorum. We will proceed. Board, please, if you'll start your agenda, the minutes of the meeting on February 12th are on pages 1, 2, and 3.
I will make a motion to accept the minutes of February 12th, 2024.
Dan makes the motion.
I'll second.
Warren seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign. Okay, that carries. We will start then with reports from our departments. Brandon is in the audience. Please, Brandon, we'll refer to your report first.
Good evening. This month, we've installed 2 taps. One is 613 North Water and one is 714 Elm Street. They both have roofs in them. We have the reason for replacing them. We had 3 pumps we pulled. West Market Street, which is one of our bigger pumps, but it was a warranty item. Fox Lane, we had some machine work done and a bolt broke inside of the pump, and it shouldn't be too awful bad. And Southwoodville, we had a seal leak. We pulled it and got Southwoodville put back in. West Market, we had a spare one, we got it put in, and Fox Lane, we got that one put back in, all West Month. We worked on cleaning the lake sludge tanks. We got all our areas checked out, all our blowers are in working order. And we got that done on the 13th, and on the 14th, we started taking the lake sludge. That seems to be working great. No
Okay.
issues there.
Okay.
We have had to plug up one pump, because now we've had to pull the minuscule.
Uh-huh.
We did the gravity sewer around the onion factory where they had a construction out there. They got gravel in it. They hit the line, got gravel in it. We got that clean. We literally cleaned that from West Mulberry all the way over to West Market.
That far.
There was a lot that we cleaned up through there.
Hmm.
We pulled aerator 2, which was burnt up, and we thought that was warranty item, so we pulled it and had a 2x4. We still got a little bit in the lagoons from the flood. So I'm assuming that's where the 2x4 came from. We spent 3 days trying to root cut a line between Fair Street and Virginia on the West Market. We were unable to get through that line. We were planning on digging that this week to replace 50-foot weighted gravity sewer. It just got too much roots in it in our truck. We threw everything we had at it, could not get through it. So it's not very deep, and it's all in grass, so it should be pretty easy to replace, and no major expense there. So I think that's all I've got. Unless you have any questions.
Looking at your log, looks like the backhaul went out for several calls. Okay.
And we couldn't even get through the roof of that truck.
Interesting.
Yeah,
As much as it does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. If it don't go through it, that's a mean truck.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Okay. Guys, any questions of Brandon? Thank you, sir.
Already.
If you will move board to your water report, it is the next packet. And I believe, again, straightforward and concise.
Water usage looked good this month.
Yeah, that really come down. It's a couple, call them seasonal breaks. Them fixed. Any questions on the water report? Board, please, your utility adjustments will be found on page 4.
I'll make a motion to accept the utility adjustment.
Mr. Jones makes the motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Seconds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Okay, we will move on then to project updates. A couple there. Board just want to share with you the ongoing efforts. April is a big event. If you've watched the national news, certainly the global news, and some local news, we are proceeding with Eclipse planning events. Guys, moreover, it is a public safety concern. You know, we are doing a lot of planning with the emergency services, both chiefs, sheriff, EMS, all in conversation and talking and discussing some traffic flows, the overnight stays versus the day travelers, what that's going to look like for camper trailers and so on and so forth. And so between tourism, Heart of Salem, Chamber of Commerce, City Hall, we're all having a hand in that. And so as things progress and get there, you know, it's going to be a lot for one day. And certainly we're, again, key focus is public safety. And I think everybody can understand that. Certainly want to enjoy the event, but making sure that happens. So we are finalizing some decision making on a few things and what job duties will be that day. Sally will likely be in a police car and giving out certain directions. So don't be surprised if she's in a uniform. But we're all going to do our part. So, anyways, the other thing I want to share with you, there certainly has been more progress on the Indot project. And just for your knowledge, certainly, you know, let you know that is continuation, you know, from the start of that project. As you well know, Indot awarded us that project some time ago. Same contractor, certainly working in the confines of their contract. It does have a summer completion date of 24. While the conversation is revolved around the additions, and yes, those were not new, those were planned, and those were part of the design all along from the federal government standpoint. That was a federal highway project award, as I've indicated many times, that NDOT awarded us. So with federal guidelines, they do come with a lot of engineering that has to be blessed and approved. And certainly all that's been done. The irony is everything was designed with 50-foot truck and trailers. So those 50-foot trucks and trailers are eligible and will be allowed to go around. Sometimes it takes a good driver, and if they need a little reassuring, it is designed for them. So it'll all work. As a friend of mine once said, trust the process, and you got to trust the process. Kind of like the roundabout, just let it get finished. It'll pan out. So, however, there's your update. Sally, anything else on projects? No. Okay. We have some unfinished business, old business, and I think Jake will speak to this one. Jake, can you hit the next item?
Yes, so as you recall, we had an RFP for the cemetery farm lease where we opened bids, made a selection at a prior meeting. Subsequent to that meeting, we discovered that there was another bid that had been dropped off in the water department drop box. So it wasn't timely given in the advertised location. So it wasn't here to be open that evening. The bid itself would not have been a successful bid based on the criteria anyway. But we wanted to bring it up just to make you aware that there was an erroneous bid that we received. The reason that we are not going to approach it as a responsive bid is because it was not timely dropped in the appropriate location, and therefore it is not to be considered. If you have any questions, you can let me know.
Okay, new business, moving down, goodness. Chief, I think this is your turn. We have a request to approve new police officers within the PD. Please, tell us.
Well, I just wanted to come to you and tell you that we've got 2 applicants that we've put through the process. And our department has, through our interview board, chosen for these 2 positions to fill. One of them is Owen Bowers. He's 25 years old, graduated from Salem High School. Is a member of the Army National Guard. Works for a car dealership as a salesman. The second one is a James McAfee. Graduated from Henryville High School, also prior military as a Marine. It currently works in construction. So, and both those have been through the physical agility, like I said, the oral interview board, psychological and medical evaluation. Both have passed in Indianapolis. So, and they've also been recommended by PERF for retirement. Any questions?
Chief, you're good with these as prospective officers and are asking permission to move forward?
Yes, please. Not necessarily just myself, but like I said, we've got an interview board and so several members of the department, not necessarily just me and myself, agree that these would be 2 good candidates.
With that being said, I'd like a motion for Chief Mills to proceed with the hiring of Owen Bauer and James McAfee.
Dan makes a motion to approve, pardon me, Mr. Jones seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, both same sign. Okay, Chief, do what you need to do to finish. Goodness, whatever you need from Sally as far as paperwork, but just go ahead.
Certainly. All right. Thanks, Lord.
Okay. If you will turn to page 5, and we're going to look at the register of claims.
I make a motion to accept the register of claims as stated.
Warren makes a motion to approve claims as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Dan seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, both same sign. Okay, as I view the audience, Lori Gilstrap had requested a street closure, but I do not see her tonight, and so we don't have a date. I know she is representing the band boosters, would be in and around the Harrison Street. Chief, you don't know of any date, do you? Would she have called the PD? Okay. Well, we will just add Lori again next month. Goodness, maybe something came up tonight, so we'll get them back on. There was no comments listed, so board, if you have no other items, Sally, seek motion to adjourn.
First, I would like to thank Brandon for always having very good reports, and Sally for also having them ready for us 3 or 4 days in advance. So it's nice to be able to review that, see what you do. With that being said, I'll make a motion for adjournment.
Motion made,
I'll second.
second, 5:14. We will reconvene at 5:30. Common council. Thank you. Monday. Alan. Alan. Yeah, we just adjourned. You're good. Oh, you're not. Oh, gosh, but, no. Well, that's fine. We would rather you didn't. Okay. Stop here. No. Okay. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll have a quorum, so that's fine. Okay. All right, but, okay, no, I'm glad you did. Okay, all right. Go ahead. Here. 1 sec. So,
Well, we appreciate that he's not going to be
yeah,
here.
considering he sits between you two.
Well, I just mean that. Well, I don't care if he's coughing. That's the one. I don't want to cough at 7.
You know, there's enough germs in the world. I'm becoming a germaphobe.
I don't know that I became one. I've just been one.
Been one? Okay.
I think that what I always joke with my wife is whenever COVID happened, people became nuts about washing their hands and whatnot. So, I just feel like this is the opportunity for the rest of the world to catch up with where I am.
Okay.
There you are, man. Thank you.
Now, kids have a way of desensitizing you to that.
I bet. That's
See you later.
one of mine
See you, Fred.
that I don't have.
Good, sir. Glad you're not.
That's okay. I mean, it's good. People have something to look forward to.
It's so dark. I didn't think it was happening. Jealous. That was I lost count. So even if Steve didn't show, we could have won.
I think I got them all.
And I thanked him. Oh, so I wonder who his name is. Well, I mean, he's-
Are you gonna walk more? Are you gonna? I mean, there's a lot going on.
Maybe he's
I mean-
somebody. Hey, I was gonna tell you, did you have a name to present to the council? Look around. Okay.
He is. Oh, I think he's, yeah, he's here. He's actually here.
I'm so glad that.
Okay.
That basis. Really,
Okay, that's perfect. I think that's a good thing.
I thought you're gonna feel.
Let's go.
bad with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'll be.
You need to put six around her faces.
I think so, because here's what the statute says. So the statute says none of the members of the BZA may hold an elected office or any other appointed office except as permitted in civil. 902 is where
I
you
like
have
that.
the
Yeah, see, that's another one. Please.
so. one
Yeah,
member
see,
of
I
the
don't,
commission.
yeah. I've seen things on, you know,
Yes.
well, he's sharp enough to catch that.
He's really very sharp.
I'm gonna do a quick search. Like I don't believe that a police officer can be to the police office.
That'd be my guess.
The,
We got a call today, Max Winslow. So, 91, they said.
A little upset with you.
Why's that?
You can't grow a beard that dark.
Yeah, you can. You got gray. I eliminated the gray.
You mean,
I eliminated it. I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. It's getting ready to come out. Actually, it's too hot. I can't take it.
can you not? See, it doesn't face
I
me.
can't take it. I was out working today, just working outside. It just,
Does not face me a bit, and
I just, you know, I, uh, I had to shave for over 30 years. I just thought, I'm gonna grow it. You know. My wife didn't care for the gray hair, so. But it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, okay, then I'll forgive you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, all right.
Give me a pass.
Yes. Randy.
Yes.
I couldn't remember if you did. Roger did not, because I still had to make his name.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got one.
talk to me.
Yeah, you gave me one when I came up one day.
Shaving.
Yes.
You know how the mind.
Mine was
Right
been
here.
going for a long time.
Streaks of like heavy gray. Like the rest of it's okay. And it's a little bit darker, like here. Like goes up my chin. Like Kelly goes with white patch up there too. Polka dotted.
You know, I'm
And too.
It's one.
you know, it doesn't.
Like, it couldn't have been worse.
Mayor, do
Oh, it's Monday. Yes.
it's the thing I got from the health department. Are you sure? Yeah, I don't even like seeing the health department talking to them. I don't think Dylan's gonna be here, I don't think.
It's not dangerous.
I know Steve will be here. But it's in here. I haven't talked to Steve.
You can't, yeah, don't even look at it.
Nope. Well,
Well, and they had the music really loud.
how you would have known that because he's not even in the door.
Through the whole movie, you couldn't rent it. I thought,
And it is.
you know, Max and I were like, you know, way out. Yeah,
That way around the other way.
yeah, you can't hear them talk.
So did, how'd this come about?
We're complaining about raw food running out in the ground.
But there's none.
Not that you know that, but there's other issues, I guess, apparently. So he brought that up to me.
I can provide more color on that.
I don't think it's worthy of discussion.
Okay.
Have you seen the first one? The first, yeah, watch the new one.
Yeah,
I keep watching that.
so you may have to. Neighbor show.
Yep.
Good.
Well, I mean, if you like Star Wars, you know, Star Wars, it's more like that. So, watch the first one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, yeah, it's not like, it's actually got really sweeping, beautiful pictures. It's all good. Don't worry.
Hmm.
Watch the first one. Before you watch the second.
There you go.
Right?
Sherry, you're under new business. New slash old. Oh, yeah. We allotted 5 minutes for you. Don't go over 6.
It's all good.
Oh.
You're gonna take care of it.
Oh,
I've been watching it over and over. It's easy to see. There's not been a lot out
Have you
there.
heard? Have you-
yeah, he just walked in.
Oh, yes.
Something. Talking on the phone and I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve.
You guys all time. Internet coming both ways and all that. It helps. So, you know, like.
You're okay.
Grab food that settles your
Thanks anyway.
makes you feel better. Right, I mean, right, so that's kind of what that is. And it helps you deal with.
Can't believe that clock quit. Really bothers me.
Not good. Back to the opposition.
I don't know, whatever. I guess I'd say.
Right.
Where am I sharing next month? This is the first time.
You know, that's a $100 clock. It's on the discount shelf at Walmart.
Where it is.
One of the days you might be able to go to Hobby Lobby and get
If we play our cards
one.
right,
I'm just saying.
you know, the after Christmas sale.
It is.
I agree.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. I have not. Mr. Lipke. Who do you want? Mr. Frank. You lead us in the pledge. At the appropriate time. Okay. Because the time is not 5 to 5. Please disregard.
It feels like 4 and 5. I think the clock are on.
Well, if Sally hadn't have goofed with it, it would work fine.
It hasn't moved in a while. So
It was working just
Better
fine.
put some batteries in that.
I think it needs to.
Like a Singer sewing machine. She went over there and started goofing with it.
Good job, Sally.
Pretty sure it was Duracell too. Good battery.
Yeah, that's what we get.
You're gonna kick me.
I am one of these days.
Oh, goodness. It's a long minute. Usually, as I go on. Me. There it is. Okay, it's 5:30. We'll go ahead and call the Common Council meeting to order here, March 11th, 2024, in the council chambers. Tonight, first on the agenda, we'll have our invocation followed by a pledge. If everybody would please stand.
Dear Heavenly Father, we are your humble servants. We come to you today in need of hope. There are times when we feel helpless and times when we feel weak. We pray for hope. We need hope for a better future. We need hope for a better life. We need hope for love and kindness. Be with us now as we discuss matters that affect our community. May the decisions made here tonight be beneficial to the citizens of Washington County and find favor in your eyes. Lord, forgive us of all of our many unforgiven sins and save us all. These favors and all others we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We'll continue the agenda, please. We'll start with roll call. Dan?
Dan Lipke, Second District 1.
Jake Bissing, City Attorney.
Justin Green, Mayor.
Sally Hadwell, City Clerk Treasurer.
Steve Crane, District 3.
Randy Lee, District 4.
Roger Pennington at large.
Dylan Moore is absent. However, you have a quorum 4 out of 5. Council, we will proceed. Please, if you will start the minutes of meeting February 12th, pages 1, 2, and 3.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
Roger makes the motion.
I'll second.
Randy seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes of the called meeting, February 26th, council on page 4.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of the called meeting February 26, 2024.
Dan makes the motion.
I'll second.
Steve seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. If you will then follow down, reports from departments, your financial statement, page 5 through 11. Sally, anything you'd like to add to that?
There's nothing.
If not, council seek motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial statement of February.
Steve makes that motion.
Second.
Roger seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. If you will, your senior center report 12 and 13 is attached. Naomi has got a list provided. Okay. As we go down, project updates, I asked Sally to add one, and I've got another one to add. Just to give you council, just to give you an update, I gave Board of Works same breakdown to proceed as you've watched the national news, the local news, and even some local news. Certainly the April 8th Eclipse event is something we've been working very diligently on. Chief Mills can attest to that. Planning for this is key in public safety, and I'll tell you that's been our main focus, is addressing public safety in the right fashion. And so, in doing so, we've discussed a lot of traffic patterns. A lot of that revolves around what we're seeing and planning for the overnight versus the day travelers, those with the travel trailers and the camping. All this has been shared and discussed and tried to navigate with various departments. Certainly, sheriff has been integral, EMS, all of the public safety entities, as well as tourism, Heart of Salem, and the Chamber, all had a hand in trying to navigate this day. And so, again, my key thrust here is, public safety is vital, and goodness, twofold. We have our residents to consider and be engaged with, not only our visitors. So it's going to be a big day that there's still a lot of planning for, and we all know weather changes in southern Indiana, and so a lot of our attendance is going to be certainly predicated on what kind of day that is. And gosh, we don't have a crystal ball, and we all know that. And so if it's a cloudy, cool, overcast day, I do think the day travelers will be thinner. The overnighters will probably come anyway. So again, that's April 8th. There's a lot of job duties that are going to change that day within the city. I shared with the Board of Works. Matter of factly, Sally Joe probably will be in a police car. She'll be deputized. So don't be surprised if a lot of them have different job duties for the day. And so, of course, she wanted to get the fire truck, Roger, and I said, no, that's a little dangerous. I knew you'd understand. So she might. Anyways, we're going to have all hands on deck. Job descriptions will change for the day, and by God, most of it will be directing, assisting, and guiding folks where they need to be. So just a little synopsis there. Be a lot more coming in the next few weeks as reservations and attendance looks to start to uptick, and we'll get a better handle on who's coming. And it's not just who's coming, it's who's traveling through. If you studied and looked and know, we are close. We're not 100%, but we're so close it might as well be. Yeah, just our duration's a little shorter than some of the others. And so the diehards, the true experience seekers, they're going to go to the center of the path. And Lawrence County, Bloomington is going to be pretty much the closest to the 100% totality. So we do expect a lot of folks to travel through here, not necessarily stay through the event. So nevertheless, so that's ongoing. The other item, just real quick, I just want to remind everybody and give a little synopsis on the ongoing, albeit nothing new, all ongoing square project in North Main. As you well know, I've talked about this various times since the inception of the award. That is a federal highway project awarded to us through Indot. And so that contractor is the same contractor that started the road work. They are certainly in their parameters, their time frame. That scope of work was estimated to have a summer of 24 completion. Certainly a lot going on. And with federal specs, it requires a complete engineering set of plans. And in that engineering plans, there always was nothing new. There always was some ADA compliant issues. And so as we navigate those with some ramps, some curbs, some pedestrian islands, that was not a surprise. That was always part of the project under federal specs. So just to give you an idea, those were designed for 50-foot cabin trailer, tractor and trailer. So they are properly sized and engineered. They will accommodate. I have already watched from the courthouse bird's eye view. They can and will navigate. So once it's done, and certainly when they get the frames off and the forms, it will travel much smoother. And but as a person once said, trust the process. It does need to be finished first and then graded second. So I think it'll be just fine, and certainly will add some attraction to the downtown. But hey, we deserve some upgrades and some attractions. It'll be nice. Be nice when it gets done. Okay. Sally, anything under project or unfinished that I have omitted? Okay.
I have something under unfinished, if I can,
Please,
Mr.
please,
Mayor.
please.
Pass something out to you and the members of the council and the city attorney. Got a brief statement I'll read there, and I'd like to maybe address an issue tonight. Wait for you guys to get those. In light of the ongoing issues with the water department ranging from brown water in 2023, insufficient revenue, capital projects, and the need of a possible rate adjustment and an overall lack of public trust and confidence, I would move that the Salem Common Council adopt an ordinance to establish Task Force Clean Water. The joint investigative committee consisting of 5 members for the purpose of reviewing current operations of the city's water plant and water infrastructure. This outlines kind of how the committee would be set up, the purpose of the committee, the length of the committee, who would serve on the committee.
Jake is reviewing some Indiana code, so we'll give him opportunity to give a glance.
I will second that motion.
I would prefer the attorney to chime in before we take a vote. Considering majority of this does fall under the Board of Works and Public Safety. So I think Jake needs to give comment before you take a vote.
Well, I think we have the authority in that IC code. We can adopt any kind of investigative committee if we so choose so. I think that's part of the function of this body. We have that authority.
Well, I don't believe the personnel would fall under council.
Yeah, I think that's my immediate concern here is the appointment of non-council members to the investigatory committee. Council has the ability to investigate, and generally, councils can form committees of its own, subcommittees of 2 or more council people to investigate that are members of the council. I do think that there are times in which I believe outside consultants are brought in. I would need to look at this in a little bit greater detail
I didn't see the statute didn't define who could serve, from what I can read in there.
Well, but essentially what you're implying is that the council can delegate its investigatory authority that's under Indiana code to non-council members.
Well, then I would move to amend the motion that it's not an ordinance, it's just a standalone motion.
Could you please?
I'd like to amend that then and just make this a standalone motion instead of an ordinance, if that will.
No, I don't think that that's what matters. I guess the question that I think I need to be able to look at a little bit further is the legislative body does have investigatory powers to investigate issues pertaining to the city, its departments, et cetera. But I think what you're proposing is a task force that includes council members and non-council members, just members of the general public.
Exactly.
But I think what you are suggesting, I think by implication, is that that non-council members would have the same investigatory authority that the council has under statute.
By rules of the task force, yes, they would. According to the Indiana code, then I would move that we recess for 15 minutes and you can review that.
What do you want to do?
The only thing I would add is that the statute says you can't do it when the statute does it. The statute says what you can't do. Is that correct? So it doesn't specify that members of the public are not allowed to serve on the committee. Is that correct?
It doesn't have an express statement that you cannot do that.
Okay.
Whether that's permitted or not is not necessarily clear by its omission. Now, I think I would need to review this in a little bit greater detail before I can give full advice or informed advice to the council.
So that wouldn't fall under home rule law.
Well, I guess my question is in preparing this proposal, have you had legal counsel?
I didn't. I just researched the Indiana code.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of a way that we can build back confidence in our water utility, and what better way than to involve the community.
Okay.
It would be obviously, the mayor would have an appointment. It would be 2 appointments by the common council, and then 2 members of the council would serve. If we need to make it only council members, I would be happy to amend that. But I think it's important for transparency for our community that we involve them in some of the fact finding and the way that we've been doing business, and maybe some new and fresh ways that we might move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I guess again, my question is just, and I guess my apprehension is that is council of the city. I would caution against doing this very quickly without fully vetting the the process, and just to ensure, I'm not saying that what you proposed is not permitted by statute. What I'm saying is that in order to give good full legal advice on it, I need to have a little bit more time than a few minutes here at this meeting to be able to provide full, clear legal advice to the city, to the council. Um, my recommendation would be, now that this has been presented, to have a little bit more time to fully review what's being proposed,
Okay.
table it until the next meeting.
I mean, we have a motion in a second. We need to call for a vote. Is that correct?
You can if you would like, but I guess my question to you is the one who's proposed this is, would you prefer to do it now without having, us having reviewed this more fully to see if this can be done, and we have to address it after the fact if what you're proposing does not comply with statute? Or would you rather table it for this evening? I'll have the opportunity to review this more fully and can provide greater advice to the council at the next meeting.
I'm very comfortable taking the vote. I feel like that, this is something that we can do. I think it needs to be done. That's the way I feel about it. I'm just one person here.
Well, there's a lot of personnel language in this that really is not pertinent. And so just as mayor and as clerk treasurer, she being the HR director, there's some things here that aren't necessarily accurate or respective of what the common council should or should not be party to. And so
What would that be when you talk about personnel?
under item 1,
In section 1 or section 2?
oh, pardon me, section 2, item 1.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, the way I read that is what is your job? What do you do? It's not how much money do you make. I mean,
I can get you that in 5 minutes. I don't think you have to form a committee.
yeah, well, I mean, I think we do. I think that's just part of the overall, that's probably a small portion of what the committee would do. There's a wide ranging thing. There's a wide ranging area that this committee would be able to work on.
Well, I guess from this office and Sally's office, Jake's office, he can speak for himself. This is kind of left field coming at us at once. Anything that wants to be asked can be asked. Certainly, there's been a whole lot of efforts and attempts and hard hours put in improving the whole system. And so, whether it's distribution or production, those questions can be asked at any time. And I think the bottom line is we've done a pretty good job getting those done. Very good job. And so it's a little bit out of left field.
Well,
And I want to tell you, I think the number of phone calls that don't come in here speaks volume to that.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm out in the community every day as well. And I think there's an overall, and I think Mr. Crane summed it up well in our last meeting with his opening statement. I think there's an overall lack of trust out there, whether it be warranted or unwarranted, but this is just a way to help dispel some of that and bring a fresh approach to this. I don't understand why this would scare anybody.
Well, it doesn't scare. It's just
I think
something
involving the community is always a good thing.
very much transparent, very much out there to defend. It's just it's an aged waterworks system, and then we're going to keep fighting. We're going to have a lot of jobs ahead of us, and that's just how an aged infrastructure is going to work. Board of Works is at 5 o'clock. Was at 6. And anybody at Board of Works is certainly certainly welcome to attend and ask.
I feel there's a lot of merit here, but also though, with that same token, I would like to make sure we do have all of our T's crossed and I's dotted. I'd like maybe to table it until next month, at least.
Jake, once again, is that your recommendation?
My recommendation is yes, is that before adopting anything to put this into place, is that we have the opportunity to do a full legal review on the ability of this task force to function within the statutory framework. I have some reservation of giving advice to the affirmative on that here tonight, just based upon the statutory language that's expressly stating that the legislative body has the powers to conduct these investigations, not necessarily non-council members in a separate committee that's partially comprised of council members.
Can we table it until our next meeting here, March 14th? We're coming up this Thursday and discuss it then.
Sure. Jake, would that give you time to address any revisions that you think are fit?
That'll be sufficient, yes. Again, that's just my advice to the council, but the council may act as it wishes.
I have a motion to table it until March 14th.
We already have a motion and a second on the floor.
That's true.
So I think we need to address that first.
All right. Is that-
Unless you want to withdraw the motion.
I'm not withdrawing the motion. Thank you.
Okay, motion made to consider, and this doesn't have, so, again, not prepared at all. Sally, what do you do? Do you want, you're gonna have to find a number, you're gonna have to find.
An ordinance number? Yeah, I'd have to, yeah.
I mean, this is completely out of order, so how do you, okay, you two decide. How do you want to even label the motion?
It's presented as an ordinance. I'm not sure what the numbering would be.
I'd have to go look. I
Okay.
don't have it here in front of me.
We can say, ordinance, number to be determined upon confirmation of what the most recent ordinance number is.
Okay. Motion to approve next in line, whatever the clerk treasurer can find and see fit for the on deck number for said task force. Is there a second?
We already have a second. Randy seconded
Are you still seconding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first and a second, all in favor say aye.
that.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 2-2. Once again, do you want a tie vote cast?
The motion did not carry. There's no need for a vote
All
now.
right. Dan, you were dis- discussing a possibility of another motion. Do you want to proceed?
I will make a motion to relook at this on our special March 14th meeting after legal counsel has time to review more in detail.
Dan makes a motion to table for said request of task force. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Steve seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay.
That
So-
working votes with you.
I vote nay, and so I think that does not need to happen at this point. That gives Jake the full 30 days. If there's further need,
For 3 days.
okay. All right, moving on. New business. Approved rezoning of Jim Day Road, pages 14 and 15. You will see the Plan Commission has held their public hearing. Pardon me, this did not get to the agenda item last month. And so that request was made. And as you see on page 14, all in favor, it was unanimous and sent to the council with a favorable recommendation. This is 1036 North Jim Day Road, the corner of 56 and Jim Day Road. As you see, Sherry Perkaiser with Day Company was the attending representative. Sherry, anything to add? Are you still good with the favorable recommendation? Okay. So board, as you see, this is that request for that rezoning going to a B2.
I make a motion that we approve the rezoning.
Roger makes a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Randy seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Next, board, you have one vacancy. The BZA Board of Zoning Appeals. Yours, not yours truly, our guest, no longer is a guest. Roger held that role and did very well, and we're sorry to say he cannot serve. I wish he could, but he cannot. So you have a vacancy by default of Roger's election. So two names have been offered, council, and it is your appointment. Mr. James Moore and Mr. Tommy Brown. Both have indicated interest in serving. Certainly, it is a duty that is a called meeting. They are not regular scheduled, only as the BZA is needed. And so typically they meet a few times a year, sometimes more than a few times a year. And in here at the council chambers on Thursday evenings. So either one of those names, unless council, you have a third name.
I'll make a motion to appoint James Moore to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Okay. Dan makes a motion to nominate and approve James Moore. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Roger seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Mr. Moore, there is some paperwork that you'll need to sign and we'll do and have in Sal's office when you get a chance. Okay. McGuy is back on, let's see, accounts payable, please, council, on pages 16 to 51.
just had one question on page 35. It's not so much, it's not the purchase, it's just the fund that it's being paid out of. Just curious why we'd be paying for that out of the GOB. Those two items, not questioning the need for the items, obviously, I think they're very much needed. Just curious why we're taking it out of that fund.
We moved, Chief Days and Chief Mills had, operating items in the general common council budget and their line items, and to sort of free up more dollars in those to some of their equipment line items went to GOB.
Motion, we approve the claims as presented.
Roger makes the motion.
I'll second.
Randy seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, same sign. Okay, next to last, we do have a called meeting March 14th for some bid opening, the way that calendar fell. So we will have that as long as there's a bid turned in. Because, we'll have a bid opening and other miscellaneous items, but fairly short agenda. Okay, we had two sign in for comments. Jake, I'll let you proceed.
Yes, is there a Renee Mather? Could you have 2 minutes, please, and name and address for the record?
Yep, Renee Mother and 303 East Walnut Street, Salem. Hi, council. Thanks for seeing me this evening. Two things, because we have two statements. I don't know the paperwork you received during that meeting, but I ask that you really consider it and hear the voices of the citizens and consider having them involved in the future of our community. I mean, it's why you were elected, because we felt like you all would represent us, but also listen to us. So I just request that you keep that in mind when you're going over whatever that was. Second of all, my comment being, I was wondering if you would consider moving your Monday meetings. There are 6 that have not been moved to Tuesdays: May, June, July, August, September, and December, because they fall on the same time and day as school board meetings. And I feel that if we are working together as a community, there should be a representative from the city council at the county meetings and the school board. And then the school board should have a representative from city council meetings attending the meeting and the county, and then vice versa. You see what I'm getting at there. So my suggestion is, and request, is that you would make it where citizens who are just citizens, but also have students in the school, would be able to attend multiple meetings. That's all. Thank you.
Yes, Rick Longworth. Name and address for the record, please, and we ask for 2 minutes.
Richard Longworth, 403 East Walnut Street, Salem, Indiana. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for putting it in there about the Eclipse, because I was told there'd be several people coming. So, slow down the construction a little bit, pick that, look nice, And I'm going to have to say to Mr. Attorney, I don't think you get that done in 2 days, because that's a lot of stuff you're looking at, a lot of state ordinances. I don't know what Sally's got to look at. I got one question. This is pertaining to Sally adjustment. When we made the 2024 budget, it was said, I find it on that recorder there somewhere, it was said, X amount of dollars, 1 million or 2 here or there, okay? Why did we not make the 2024 budget bigger if we knew we might have to have money for the water?
That's real easy. The water's not in the budget.
How come we can't put it in the budget? I don't understand.
State board accounts. It's not a taxpayer item.
Okay.
Never has been.
Paying taxes on it.
No, you're not. You're not paying a dime of taxes on the utility.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a user fee.
See, I would look for the garbage to go up, because
Yeah, but that's not.
it's not there either. Yeah, because it's a bid. I got you. So I was just a little bit confused here why it was up here and why you couldn't get it up here, then none of this works crap going on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I know that there's still money there that you could start a project, you know, 300,000 or so, 400,000, you could start the project, but then you better have the grant and the money to come in to finish the project, you know? And, the other attorney was here, yeah, the water bill's going to have to go up. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. I'm a poor man, okay? I live on 20,000 a year, and I will definitely pay $2 damn extra, excuse my French, on getting the trunks done. I put up with it all this long. I can put up with it that much longer.
Thank you.
Thank you for me stuff.
Okay, council, we've come to the end, so, again, we'll see you Thursday. Would seek motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have adjourned at 6:10.